Can we meet you, sir? Your full names.
Certainly, my name's Chief Patrick Osagie Eholor, otherwise known as Ultimate Equals. I'm the president founder of One Love Organization International.
I want to wish you a happy new year, and having, by God's grace, entered into a new year, how would you appraise the year 2008 as it has faced the economy of this nation, with special reference to Edo State?
I'm very optimistic in things I do in life. I will say that the government was there, they did a little, they tried a little, they can do better. We hope that this 2009 will be a milestone, that things will be done in a way government are supposed to run government. They have to be good governance. Because what we've been seeing in the past, as you know, that before the court mandate for our PG today, Adam Oshomole, that former governor Osarime Osunba, professor who was there before, was there as a caretaker. So whatever he put in during the time as a governor did not count, because his governance was illegitimate. But however, we're very optimistic as this year will bring a better governance.
In the year 2008, a lot of promise was made to us concerning our roads. You were never satisfied with what you saw in 2008, and that was what resulted to the 1 million persons march recently. What's your expectation concerning roads in 2009?
Well, first of all, I want to correct that impression. I was not protesting against the roads in Edo. I was calling Nigerians to wake up and demand their rights, because we have people who we've elected into various offices who are not representing us well. Having said that, the roads have become death traps. Women have been raped. There have been robberies. There have been murders. There have been numbers or numerous of accidents. It's uncalled for. And you can see that we are seeing the Israelis bombarding the Palestinians today because of the territorial or land disputes. They are crying, and we are crying. We are saying enough is enough. There should be peace in the Middle East, because over 400 have lost their life. But I can tell you that in Nigeria today, over 1,000 people died throughout the Federation from statistics. We have Savan, we have other NGO, other independent bodies who can attest to this, that people die every day in our roads. And most recently, a dear friend of mine, Aruna Greg, with a friend of the journalist who was also a journalist, Uwan Chukwu, also died, with two other girls and a police officer along Aunchi Okene Road that would have been dualized for many years. So that really prompted this. And I said, I must talk to my people to wake up. It's our right to have good roads. It's our right to have electricity. It's our right to have water. It's from God. We've been denied for so long. And I know that our president is a God-fearing president, but he's not aware of what is happening in our country. He should call his past and present ministers and let them show him the facts of the road, or let him drive along this road. If you are looking for the facts, go and see it yourself, because I am sure that the media contributed to our problem in this country, because they are not showing our president. And I also can assure you that most of our senators and House of Rep are not watching our local news stations like ITV, AIT, EBS, and so. They are watching CNN instead of them to be watching our local TVs to know what is happening in our country. So I call on fellow Nigerians. I had adverts in Punch, I had adverts in various newspapers, I had adverts in EBS. NTA will refuse to show my advert because it's not in their favor because of political appointee. ITV did not even show my jingles. They didn't do it because it's a private station, it's an independent station. They have right to say yes or no. So it's very confusing, but I am glad today that you had assured me that this will be air. Yes. But if it will be air, I want to beg Nigerians who are rich, who are comfortable, who are business entrepreneurs to invest in news media. Because if we have independent news media that we can go out and tell the country what we are going through, I mean, we as citizens will be getting the fair share of what we deserve as Nigerians.
Thank you, sir. Sir, with specific reference to Edo State, there is great expectations from our people for a change. How would you assess the level of expectations, and how optimistic are you concerning this government that it will touch lives?
To tell you how optimistic I am is what I did when I came back from Canada. After 24 hours, I rallied around my people to congratulate Adam Oshomole, to show more solidarity, and also to remind him of the promise he has made to our people. Because you know that some die for others to live. You know that some sacrifice in this democracy for our people's governor, Adam Oshomole, to be there today. He wasn't by his strength. He was by the strength of God, by the will of God. That's why he's there. Because the true citizens of Edo State, the people who believe in good governance, come out massively to defend their vote. They went to court with him, they closed the shop, they closed the market to say, this is who we voted for. This is the man we wanted. And this is the first time the judiciary take a bold step to say, we are going to pronounce it. We are not going to look at any godfather or anybody to deny us of the truth. And I'm very proud of our judiciary system. And they came out and said, Adam Oshomole is the man that owned that mandate, and the mandate should be given to him. So having said that, I had a march protest here in support and in denouncing the godfathers. There's always going to be a godfather. But we must make sure that the godfathers we are having are going to be responsible godfathers who can lead us. You cannot rule out godfatherism in politics, but the ones we have in Edo State is different. Godfathers who will say there's no vacancy in Osadebe. Godfather who will say my vote does not count, your vote does not count, that people's vote does not count. We don't want such godfathers. We want godfathers who will defend what is right. We want godfather who will deny us what is wrong. We want godfather who will say it's a right to go to school. We want godfather who will say it's a right to have a good health center or health sector. We want godfather who will say it's our right to have electricity. We want godfather who will say it's our right to have good roads. We want godfather who will say it's our right that for God-given water, it's our right to drink it. But we don't want godfathers who are going to say they will dictate how the allocations of this great Edo State will be shared. We don't want such godfathers. We denounce them in totalities. Some people don't like what I'm doing, but obviously I am playing my role as a Nigerian, because JF Kennedy said, ask not what your country will do for you, but what you will do for your country. And that's what we are saying. So we are telling Nigerians to wake up. They should know why they voted people into office. They should. They're living in fear. They've been able to imprison them with fear. But let me assure you something, that he who fears suffer. Fear does not exist. It only exists in the human mind. So we're going to wake up collectively as Nigerians to denounce the oppressive or any oppressive sort of government. We're not going to do that by fighting. We're not going to do that by looting. We're not going to do that by vandalism. We're not going to do that by shooting. We're going to do that collectively by placard what the Americans, the good protesters, use in getting their freedom from the white oppressive government.
I can see you have an apparel around your neck. It's a symbol of something which Nigerians want to know. And what does it signify?
Well, this is signifies support for the Palestinians today, because what is happening in the world today, the world is watching. It's an encroachment. It's a violation of the United Nations law that governs everybody, that you don't have the right to occupy people's territories. I'm not also applauding the Hamas by throwing rockets to Israel, but I'm saying that it's time for peace to reign. Issa Arafat died for peace. I mean, children are dying in Gaza. The encroachment is going deeper every day. So the world are in protest. We want the both sides to listen so that this nonsense, this bombardment, this shooting, this crisis peace should reign. This is 2009. So I'm wearing this to show support for the world, to condemn any form of injustice. Any injustice done to one is done to all.
New Year message to the youth of Edo State.
I'm telling the youth in Edo State to wake up. They are responsible youth. They are good people. To live to expectations. To start calling people chairman. If a man doesn't have a factory that you're working under, why is the man your chairman? Call people by their name. If they are chief, call them by their titles. If they are Mr., use the word Mr. The idea of chairman, I hail. Please, do not hail any tips again. Because we have more people you are hailing that is causing problem in our country. Please, get something to do. Use your God talent and do something for this great state. Like I said again, J.F. Kennedy said to his country when there were crises, say, ask not what your country will do for you. What can you do for your country? Our Edo people, please, I know you've done something. We expect more from you. We want you to do more because we are very creative people, not just in Edo State, all over Nigeria.